Hi, I'm Chandler with World Gone Silent, and today I want to talk to you about repeaters. What repeaters are and how they work briefly, how you can find them, and how to access them. You may remember from the last video where I had you trying to reach Harry, but there was an obstruction in between. The repeater would be connected to this antenna on the roof of a tall structure or a building or a mountain or something like that. The repeater retransmits your signal up to here and then can reach anybody else within line of sight. You're looking cute as ever. Aren't you adorable? It's really not that complicated to find repeaters. You can do a search online to Google your local ham radio club and see which repeaters they're maintaining. There's a second and far easier way to do that, and that is with an app on your phone. This app is Repeater Book. That's Repeater Book here in Los Angeles. Repeater Book has a website and an app, but the app takes your GPS location to tell you which repeaters are most likely to be within range of you. When you open the app, it tells you all the information you need to know about the repeater. Look at the Repeater Book. So what is that information that you need to know? There's three pieces. You need to know the frequency of the repeater, its offset, and the PL tone. First is the frequency. That refers to the frequency the repeater uses to transmit. Of course, you can't transmit on the same frequency that the repeater is using, so that's when we get into an offset. The offset is the difference from the frequency you use to transmit to the frequency that the repeater uses to transmit. The repeater has something called a duplexer, which allows it to hear on one nearby frequency and then transmit on a slightly different frequency. The frequency you use to transmit to the repeater is above or below the frequency that the repeater uses to transmit by itself. On UHF repeaters, the frequency is 5 megahertz up or down typically. On VHF repeaters, it's about 0.6 megahertz difference. PL tone is a sub-audible tone that your radio transmits as you're talking and that the repeater listens for. You don't actually hear it when you're transmitting. That's why it's called sub-audible. That sub-audible tone is used to make sure that the repeater is only retransmitting stuff that was intentionally sent to the repeater to be retransmitted. And it's not just putting out static or garbage or anything like that. So those are the three pieces: the PL tone, the offset, and the frequency. When you pull up the repeater listing on the phone, you'll see that three pieces of information that you need on the display. There's an example of a repeater in my neck of the woods. You can see that offset is 0.6 megahertz, and you can see that the transmit is 6 megahertz higher. That's why the offset says plus 0.6, and there's your PL tone. If you're interested in a little bit of help getting on the air, getting your license, getting your call sign, you want all the gear and everything you need in one place, go ahead and check out our website, worldgonesilent.com. So that's everything you need to know about repeaters. We'll get into more of how to program your radios in our next video. Thanks so much for watching.